What is up, Insaners? This is Insanely Football, back with another video. How are you guys doing today? The Euro 2020 tournament has been good so far, but what was that last match day? Absolutely crazy, so many stories, quite a few upsets as well. From a fantasy point of view, it was a complete disaster, guys. So many of our players got knocked out. Now to fight that, today we're going to cover the wildcard strategy and the best possible draft for those lucky people who still have the chip available. We'll also do some tinkering at the end to provide you with some alternate options. Guys, this is important for those of you who don't have the wildcard available as well, as it'll tell you what players to target. So make sure you watch the whole video till the end. If you like what you see, make sure you give this video a like, guys. You can also subscribe if you're struggling with your Euro Fantasy team, guys, and you want some help. Our content has helped a lot of people in the past, and I'm sure it'll help you too. Great then, so let's start today's video by getting into the wildcard structure for the quarterfinal stage. Now guys, if you had gone for a few players from teams like Netherlands, France, or even Sweden, then there are higher chances that you won't be able to field a playing 11, and this is exactly where the wildcard kicks in. I'm 100% sure, guys, that this is the best time to play it, and you have a few decisions to make. Now we know that Spain and England have relatively easier fixtures against Switzerland and Ukraine, so do you want to get those 3 to 4 players from both teams? Now of course the odds are that these two teams should progress, but as we've seen with the likes of Netherlands and France, that upsets can happen. I still don't feel it's a huge risk, especially if you can select certain positions from these teams. Guys, England for me has a much better route to the finals, as they will face one of Czech Republic or Denmark in the semis. Now most of the managers without the wildcard chip will also try to get in a few players from these teams, so ideally you should have a mix of differentials from these teams, or even some other teams like Czech Republic, Denmark, or even the likes of Belgium, who's playing a very strong Italian team. Guys, having differentials is slightly risky, but if you can make some calculated moves, you can really benefit a lot here. Another very important point to keep in mind is that you should have the best captain options for both days, or in case if you want to take a few risks or are doing catch up in your mini leagues, guys, you need to make sure that you have the best possible differential captain options in your team. Of course, having the wildcard itself gives you a huge advantage, as a lot of managers won't have that right now. So guys, make sure you take advantage of this situation and get as many points as possible. Now as most of you would know by now, wildcard allows you to make unlimited transfers for that particular match day, and these will carry forward to the next match day. You can choose up to 5 players from a single team in the quarterfinals, but I feel that is just putting too many eggs in one basket at this stage, and you might want to spread the risk a little bit. Guys, in terms of our keepers, we've gone for the safer defenses in England and Italy. We have Donnarumma for day 1 against Belgium. Not very confident, as Belgium's attack is quite good, but it's Italy at the end of the day, guys, who have just conceded 1 goal in the 4 matches they've played in this tournament. In case Donnarumma concedes on day 1, then we have Pickford playing on day 2 against Ukraine to give us a second chance at the clean sheet. England have the best defense in the tournament so far, guys, and have not conceded any goals. Now one thing to note here is that both teams don't concede a lot of shots, guys, so the save points potential is pretty low with both these keepers. In case you're looking to save some money and bank on the save points, you can look at the likes of Bush-Chan or Jan Sommer, who are both around the 5 million mark and have made 13 and 11 saves so far in the tournament, guys. You can argue that clean sheets might not be a guarantee with both, so you will have to take that risk and make that sacrifice if you want to save some cash. In terms of our defense, we've gone for a few usual suspects here. As the first defender is Spinazzola, who plays a lot further forward in the Italian setup. Now he's been literally playing like a winger, guys, taking really advanced positions, and his numbers do show that. He has 6 goal attempts from 3 matches that he's played so far in the tournament. The link-up that we saw between Chiesa and Spinazzola was also quite promising, guys, so there are good signs, I would say. Of course, Italy's impressive defensive record is a huge plus, but it's not going to be easy against the Belgium team, especially if the likes of Eden Hazard, KDB, and Lukaku feature together. Nevertheless, guys, Spinazzola's attacking threat is enough to get him a place in this draft. He will be one of the most popular picks this week, guys, so if you want to go a bit differential, you can go for Di Lorenzo or even a Cherby, who are cheaper and less popular alternatives. The other 2 options in this 11 right now are Joachim Mila and Luke Shaw. Both look quite nailed in their positions. Mila is without doubt the best value option out there. He's just 4.7 million and is the 3rd highest scorer in the game. Guys, what is more impressive about him is his numbers till now. He's top for touches in the penalty area, goal attempts, shots on target, goals scored among all defenders. That is quite impressive for a budget defender. I think whether you are on your wildcard this week or not, he's a pretty much must-have. Yes, there are chances that Denmark does not progress, but you can make that transfer, especially when you have 5 transfers to make during semis, guys. Our third defender is Luke Shaw, another pick that I really like. Now he's in the premium defender category, but his performance against Germany, guys, that will definitely encourage you. He got an assist and played a huge part in the other goal too, rounding off a great performance. Plus the added advantage you get with him is England's impressive defensive record. There's absolutely no chance that Gareth Southgate doesn't start him in this crucial game against Ukraine, a team which has looked vulnerable defensively. Guys, on the bench, we have another attacking defender, Thomas Munier, who has been a standout defender in fantasy terms. He's a top scorer, and thanks to his 3 attacking returns along with 2 clean sheets, things are looking quite good for the Belgium defender. Yes, the Italian attack will create problems, so a clean sheet looks less likely, but he's in our team for his attacking potential and he's worth the risk in my opinion. Guys, the injury to Castagna also means that he's a sure starter in the Belgium setup. Our other substitute defender is Jordi Alba from Spain. He's also a very attacking defender for the Spanish team, guys. There's again some risk in terms of rotation, but I think Jordi Alba will play. Spain are facing Switzerland, so you might think the fixture is easy, but anything can happen in the knockout stages, guys, and Alba will be an important player, especially from an attacking point of view. I think Switzerland, with all their attacking firepower, will score, so that attacking return from him becomes even more important. Guys, I'm pretty sure this game will have a lot of goals, and I think Alba can have a really good game. Guys, in terms of alternate options, both Spain and England have cheaper defenders available. In case you can't afford Shaw and Alba, you can go for Harry Maguire or even John Stones from England. From Spain, you can look at the likes of Pau Torres as a cheaper alternative. Coming to midfield, and we have some really good picks, starting with a double up on the Spanish midfielders, Sarabia and Ferran Torres. Guys, this could be a popular combo this week, so if you want, you can also look at the likes of Olmo, but I think Sarabia and Torres are better picks for sure. In my opinion, both should start the game. Now, Sarabia in particular has got a lot of attention given the price point that he's at. I mean, 6.7 million for a starting midfielder of a top team, that looks like a bargain to be honest. Guys, he's also the top scoring fantasy player from Spain, scoring 23 points, having only played 200 minutes of the available 390 odd for Spain. I mean, that's pretty impressive, guys. Now, both midfielders are facing a Switzerland team which has conceded the most number of goals in the tournament so far. Guys, they've not managed to keep even a single clean sheet in the tournament, and this is looking really good for both Spanish midfielders. Now, this draft also has an English midfielder, which I think will be pretty template. I'm sure everyone will go to England's top scorer Raheem Sterling, who has scored 3 goals so far in the tournament. He's probably the most nailed attacker along with Harry Kane in the English setup. Now, Ukraine's defensive numbers are pretty average, and they generally concede a lot of chances on both flanks, along with a lot of shots. Sterling would be the obvious choice here, but in case if you want to go differential, I really like the look of Jack Grealish as well. Guys, I know Saka has started the last 2 games, but we know for sure that Grealish will get minutes, and he has proved quite effective whenever he's on. His minutes will surely be a concern, guys, but in case you can't afford Sterling, or you want to do things a bit differently, then Grealish is the one to go for. Our fourth midfielder in this 3-4-3 setup is an Italian midfielder. Guys, they're facing Belgium, so there are chances that the Italians might get something from this game. If you want to go super budget, guys, then Berardi has been a consistent option to go for so far in the tournament. He provides quite a cheap entry, guys, into the Italian midfield, and to be fair, he's done pretty okay so far. Now, Chiesa at 7 million is another pick that you can go for. He played really well in the last game against Austria, and according to some rumors and leaked information, he might start against Belgium. I think if you are on your wildcard and you have the funds available, I would say go for the safer option in Insigne. Guys, we all know that he's a really important player in the Italian attack and probably the most nailed among all 3 midfielders. In terms of attacking returns, he's just scored 1 goal so far in the tournament, so it's not much, but if you are looking for that safer pick, he's definitely the one to go for. Now, coming to the 5th midfielder in this draft, guys, and that's Damsgaard, who can be a really solid differential pick against the Czech Republic. He's created 5 chances so far, along with scoring a goal and providing an assist. Guys, I think he's a pretty good attacking option, and he can score a goal or 2, as we've seen so far in the tournament. Now, to be honest, this 5th spot can be anyone, guys. You can go for someone like a Shaqiri or Zuber, depending on your budget. The latter has provided 4 assists in the tournament, guys, and he can be a super differential option in your team. Now, there are 2 more options, Thorgan Hazard and Yarmolenko, and they're slightly more expensive options. Their fixtures are also not that easy, so I think they are an avoid for me. Now guys, this draft also does not have a premium Belgium midfielder in Eden Hazard or KDB. Both are injury doubts and they might not start the game, so there's a huge risk with both. I think with the wildcard available, I might just completely avoid them as the fixture is not going to be easy and I might get that English midfielder instead. Guys, in terms of attack, we have only gone for one premium attacker in Harry Kane. Now he has looked a bit off in the tournament so far, but he did open his account against Germany, guys. Now if you saw that game, Hummels was able to contain him for most of the game, but the Ukraine defense is nowhere close to the capabilities of the Germans, guys, and I think Harry Kane can definitely add to his goal tally in this game. He's also a nail starter, guys, and he generally plays 90 minutes in every game, so that surely increases his appeal for the quarterfinals. The other premium options are Immobile and Lukaku, guys, who face each other. I don't fancy Immobile that much as he's played a bit deeper to accommodate the likes of Insigne, Berardi or even Chiesa. I would rather save up that money, guys, and go for the cheaper Italian midfielder instead. Now you can easily make a case for Romelu Lukaku, who is chasing that golden boot for sure, but I think Kane has the better fixture. If you are looking at long-term viability, then Kane faces one of Denmark or Czech Republic, whereas Lukaku will most likely go against Spain. Guys, Italy's defense just puts me off of him a little bit. For now, we'll go with Kane, guys, but we'll definitely show an outlet in terms of how to get him in your team in our tinkering section. Our other two strikers are Morata and Patrick Schick from the Czech Republic. Now, both are mid-price forwards, guys, falling around the 8 to 9 million price range. Morata is clearly the main man for Spain. Yes, he misses a lot of chances, but the amount that Spain create is crazy, guys. There are high chances that he converts at least one of those guys, and that might come really good. Also, lack of other options in that price range, along with the game against Switzerland, makes him quite a good option for this round. I really think this could be a goal fest, guys, and Morata has a great chance of doing well. Now, third option is Patrick Schick, who has been the main talisman for the Czech team. Guys, he's already scored 4 goals and he looks likely to add to his tally against the Danish team. His goal involvement for the team is quite high and you are getting a lot of value at that price. Now, you can also go for a couple of other options in this price range, like Seferovic, who has scored 3 goals in his last 2 games. Guys, it's also not clear who will start for Denmark, whether it's Poulsen or Dahlberg. Whoever starts will be a great option against a pretty average Czech defense. Now, if you're looking at the budget category, I'm afraid not many options are available there. There is Gerard Moreno, but he might not start against Switzerland, so that's a risky move. Guys, I think it's better to invest some money up front and go with 3 decent strikers. So this was a wildcard draft for matchday 5 or quarterfinals, like whatever you call it. Guys, let us know what you think about it in the comments below. Now let's do some tinkering and see what all options we have in each position. So this is the draft that we have, guys. Now we can't afford it. We are falling short of 0.1 million, and keep that in mind, guys. Your value might be different than my team value and you might be able to afford this team. Now we have the likes of Kane, Schick and Morata in attack. Now if you want to get Lukaku and take that chance against the Italian defense, guys, you can definitely do that. Now for funding that move, guys, we can easily take out Patrick Schick here. So let's take him out. We'll put in Lukaku. Now we are 2.8 million short here. So we'll take out Insigne and we'll get in Chiesa. Now once you've got Chiesa, guys, you will probably be around a million short here. So you might have to take out Jordi Alba and go for the cheaper Spanish option, Pau Torres. So let's go for Pau Torres here. So if we get Lukaku, we'll have to go for Chiesa and Pau Torres. Now I think Chiesa is more likely to start this one over Berardi. And guys, at 7 million, he can be great value as well. Guys, do you think overall it's worth it? Do we really think Lukaku will score a brace or even probably a hat-trick or something? I don't think so. So do you really need him? Do think about that, guys. Now guys, an alternate approach to this team can be to go for a Belgian midfielder instead of Romelu Lukaku. So let's say we go for a Belgian midfielder here. We take out Lukaku, or we'll probably just keep him here. We take out the likes of Ferran Torres and we go for Kevin De Bruyne. I don't think so Kevin De Bruyne is gonna start, but let's say we go for him. Now we're 2.3 million short here, guys, and we'll probably have to take out Lukaku to get in Schick. So let's do that. We'll get in Schick instead of Lukaku here. Now we have 0.4 million. I think this looks like a decent squad. Now an alternate pick, guys, could be to go for somebody like a Soufal. So in case if you have the budget, now in this case I don't have the money, but in case if you do, you can also go for someone like a Soufal instead of Pau Torres. I think the skeleton is 3 to 4 players each from England and Spain, and then spreading the risk around the different teams in play. Guys, overall I think the squad looks pretty good. Of course, as mentioned earlier, you might not be able to afford the same players as your overall budget might be different than mine. Guys, make sure that you keep that in mind while building your squad. So that'll be all from my side, guys. I hope you liked today's video. Give it a thumbs up if you found it useful. If you enjoyed all this time, guys, you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. Do let us know in the comments below what transfer you're making for the quarterfinals. Our next video should be out tomorrow regarding our team selection and the best captain options for both days of the quarterfinals. Guys, we'll also cover what to do in case you don't have your wildcard available and how many hits to take, so make sure you give it a watch. Till then, keep tinkering with your teams and I'll see you in Saners next time.